This is a search bar. It's a web component that you've seen probably a million times. But did you know that you're building this component wrong? Let me explain. Let's say you have this data in your database. How would you implement your search component? Sure, you can create an API endpoint that takes keywords or search keywords and runs queries like this one. This can work, but it's going to be slow. In fact, it's going to be so much slower when you have thousands of records. So the question is, how do platforms like Hacker News create their search component? They use something like Algolia. It's a tool that can help you create efficient, flexible, and insightful search and discovery experiences for your web apps or websites. In today's video, I'll show you how to use this, how to create a web app that lets you search for data like films or your very own data. The first thing that you need to do is create an Algolia account. So go to algolia.com and look for the Get Started button and just create an account using your Google account or GitHub or your work email. And once you're logged in, you will have to go through the onboarding process. For do you write code? Just pick yes. Then here, we'll create a sample dataset. You have three options. You have movies, podcast, or apparels. Now do keep in mind that Algolia calls this dataset as index. So when I say we don't have this attribute in our index, it means that we don't have that attribute in our dataset. We'll use the movie dataset and click continue. And there you go, data import is complete. Here at step 1, we can see the Algolia app in action by searching for a movie. This is also where you can design your search display. You can define which attribute is the primary text, secondary text, and so on. We'll just leave everything as is and continue. And here's the guide on how to create an instant search application. Here we have the application ID and the search API key. You're gonna need this later on when creating the search client, so keep this here. And then below this, we'll be using the Algolia's Instant Search CLI, and we have everything that we need here, so don't close this page, okay? Because we're not going to use this command, this specific command. We will go through the CLI, so at least you know everything, you know how it looks like and how to use it. So here in the terminal, we'll just type npx create instant search app at latest. For the project folder, we'll set it to WeeklyHow-instant search. Obviously, you can name yours however you want. And then after that, same thing for the application name. We'll just call it the same thing. And now here are the templates that you can use. There are templates for web apps, mobile apps, or you can just use the widget. For this video, we'll be using the React Instant Search, and we will pick the latest version, of course. Next, we'll give the application ID. We can get that from the previous page, like I said. You can just copy that and then paste it here. Same thing for the search API key. Go back to the previous page and copy and paste it here. For the index name, this is the ID of your data. If you remember, we created the movie dataset. You can find the index name of that dataset here. Don't worry, I will show you later on where to find your indices in the dashboard. So let's just copy this and paste it here. After that, we can choose which attributes to display. These are the attributes of your dataset. You'll most likely select the title of your data here. I will choose both title and overview and just press enter. Next up, you need to select the attribute for the image display. This should always be the attribute that holds the image URL. If your data don't have images, then you can just pick none. But since we had a movie poster, we're going to select the poster_path. So that should be that. So next, we have the faceting. This is for categorizing or grouping your data. We don't have this in our current index, so we'll just press enter. Finally, enable user events. This will instruct Algolia to process the user events or whenever the user interacts with the instant search component and its results. This is good if you want to debug your search, so we'll make sure that this is set to yes. And that should begin installing all of the dependencies. And once that is done, we can navigate to the project folder and make sure that everything is up to date by using yarn. I just like to do that, but you don't have to do that. You can just directly start it by using the command yarn start. And here is the app. We have a search bar and the results. And we also have the pagination underneath, which is pretty cool. Now, if we try to search for a movie, for example, a title with a word, I don't know, for, we will get all of the movies with a word for, both in the title and in the overview attribute. Now, if you take a look at the source code, there are only a couple of things that you need to do to implement this to your existing application. You need to install two packages, Algolia Search and the React-Instant Search. And then you will need to create the search client using the Algolia Search function and provide the application ID and the search API key. Now, do keep in mind that you should never hard code your API keys here. You should put your application ID in your search API key in the env file and just use process.env to get the keys. But since we're using this in the client side, your API key is still going to be exposed. So what I'd recommend is to use server-side rendering, or if you can't do server-side rendering, then you can use a secured search-only API key with rate limiting. Now let me show you how to use your own data. Let's say I have the following JSON file. It's an array of YouTube videos. So we have the title, the channel name, the description, etc. If you want to use this to test your application, I'll put this in the description below so you can check it out yourself. But what we're going to do with this file is upload this or manually add this to our index. So go to the dashboard and navigate to the data sources right over here, and then open the indices. And that's where you'll find all of the indices. See, this is the index name of your movie dataset. Okay, so we can just create a new index and name it WeeklyHow_videos. And this is where you can manage your index or your data set. We don't have anything yet, so it'll display no records. Now, there are a couple of ways to add records. You can add connectors, you can type your data manually, or you can upload a file or use the API. I'll explain the connector later on because I'm pretty sure you have a concern about data or databases. But for now, let's add our data and use it. So click add manually. This should let you type your JSON object manually if you want to do that. Since I already have mine here, I will just copy this and paste it right over here. Click save. And there we go. Our index is ready. Now do keep in mind that index name is this. This is what you will provide to the instant search component. So with that said, let's head back to VS Code and make changes to the app.tsx. For the index name, we'll use the new index WeeklyHow_videos. Currently, we're displaying 8 items or hits per page. By the way, Algolia calls those items hits. Okay, if you wanna increase or decrease this, you can just change it here. Let's just display 3 hits for now per page. Now, if you save this and go back to the browser, we'll have this result. It is broken because we haven't changed the attributes used by the hit component. So let's head back to VS Code. And if you scroll all the way down, you'll find this hit function component. All you have to do in this function is change the attributes. For example, for this one, it should be the video description. So description. And instead of poster_path, we'll use the thumbnail_URL. You can always refer to your dataset to get the right attributes. Anyway, if we save this, you should see the following results. Anyway, let's talk about data. You're probably asking this question. If I already have a database, does that mean I will have to export all of my data and upload them manually to Algolia? That is a very good question, and I agree. It doesn't make any sense to import your data from your database to Algolia. If that's the case, then you will most likely have to import your data whenever your database gets new data. That's a lot of work. Luckily, you can connect your database to Algolia using connectors. That way, you don't have to worry about importing your data yourself. Algolia will take care of that. So that is Algolia Search, a tool that you can use to add search components to your web applications or websites. But honestly, that's not the only thing that Algolia offers. They also let you use Algolia Recommend to display recommendations. If you wish to see a video on that, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.